you still dating a J-mod? Trident? Yeah.
And in cahoots with one another.
Okay.
And the reason why being so...
Okay. Interesting. Man, that shot a burp right into my fucking throat. I didn't expect that. This is like a serious, like, clap back on trying to, like... Or is it... Fuck, is it 3 videos? I thought it was 2. That's quite a bit of lore. No, it's just the last 2. Okay. I know the general basics from what I've seen on Twitter. So Odablock got his accounts permanently banned due to paid account sharing. And Odablock is saying that's a load of baloney. Apparently, he said, like, one of them that would make sense if they wanted to ban him for it, but not the other one. And also it's something that a lot of people commonly do. And then it got really deep, so apparently Mod Trident, his name's come up a lot, and then someone named Stella. I don't exactly know what role they play in this. I'm assuming Mod Trident's the one that, like, escalated his case or banned him, would be my guess. Mod Trident's Twitter is currently locked for violating the Twitter media rules. Interesting. Alright. Let me catch the
No hate to
the
Jagex
details
staff.
here.
Majority of them have been very respectful towards me, but this video is to highlight the corruption of Mod Trident and how easily he is getting away with everything. Alright, let's get to it. So this is the reason on why they banned me. I'm going to read it out loud from one of the community managers. I don't want to say his name because I don't want a lot of hatred to go towards him. Hey Oda, I just want to reach out to you and let you know ahead of time, as I know last week has been a bit of a difficult one, but I'm having to be the bad bearer of news once more. The anti-cheating team reached out to us earlier today following some of their routine checks and informed us that permanent bans have been applied to 2 of your accounts, Bold and Omar.
Rest in peace.
The reason behind the bans is due to significant hours of paid account services on both accounts. The team have been extremely diligent in their investigation as they wanted to be sure that the information was correct. And after reviewing over 100 other accounts being banned for the same reason, they have confirmed the evidence is indisputable. Any questions, please do reach out, but we won't be able to lift the bans or transfer names from either of the accounts.
How would they know if
Alright,
it's
don't
paid
worry, you won't have
services
to,
for it?
because you're going to be unbanning it. Completely false, right? I've never been serviced on Omar's account once. I've never got anybody to go on my account and do any type of service ever. So both of the accounts, Bold and Omar, is what they banned. Bold, I'm not gonna lie, that one was at a series that I've done on YouTube, and a few strength levels was serviced from like 90 to 94 or something, but it wasn't 400 hours to do a permanently banned. They're saying that equivalent of 400 hours, and it's a permanently banned. No, if anything, it should get a temp ban for that account, and Omar has never been serviced on. I gave them all the evidence that they need. I told them who uses the account, me and my 2 boys. They even go on it till this day to do Tomes of a Basket, and they go PKing on it. Even sometimes when I try to log in on stream, they're on just PKing or doing whatever. What I'm trying to get at here is my main point is Omar has never been serviced on, and Bold does not deserve a perm ban. Also, let me specify this as well. Account sharing has never been a problem beforehand. So they can't make that argument. It's never been bannable. A lot of other streamers...
It used to be. Long time ago. I think it's just... I think it was kind of a silly rule in the first place, to be honest, to try and, like, scare people into not sharing an account with your friends. I understand wanting to crack down on paid account services that would do things like do Inferno for you or whatever. That I get. But just sharing an account with friends, I thought always just made sense. 100%, especially as a PKer. So, I know that it hasn't been something that they've been super super heavy-handed with bans on, but there was always that, like, fear for a while that if you share an account, you might face repercussions. But I always thought that was kind of misguided. Everyone, like, especially growing up, everyone played on accounts together. Literally everybody. Thanks for resub, Will, Crowbar, and Pugs. Was I ever into PKing on old school RuneScape? No. PKing's always been too difficult for me. Thanks, Resub Lustin. No, I'm still one Slayer away from maxing my account. I'm 850k away. I'm just doing it so slowly. I just do like 150k XP a week. I don't like grinding Slayer, so I've been taking it real slow.
A lot of other people do it all the time. So if they try to cover this up somehow by
Thanks,
saying
Resub
account
Saucy.
sharing, it's not a thing.
Regarding account sharing,
You gonna do a
when you're
max
not
party? Yeah, I'll
necessarily
max
selling
party.
a cape, but maybe you want to let a friend on your account to use it and get the cape for you or anything, and you're not necessarily charging for it. While account sharing is against the rules, we will not actively take action against players casually sharing accounts for the purposes of community or social activities where there is deemed to be no risk to the game integrity. And all parties involved have a mutual acceptance of the account being used in that way.
I hit up Trident on Discord DMs, on the OSR's content creator Discord. Said, hey team, I'm going to be collecting bulk amounts of GP on Omar to pay for the ranks in my deathmatching CC. This way I could cover potential scams and giveaways for the CC. Please confirm I'm allowed to do this. If not, I will refund everyone who bought a rank in my CC. I'm pretty sure this is what Stella does and there hasn't been any problems. Thank you for your time. And I added Trident. He goes and replies.
So
and
Stella's
goes,
name was
"No
just
issues
dropped
with
cold
that on
turkey
our
here.
end.
Who
Thanks for the
is
heads
Stella?
up." Now that I have 30 bill on my account and I've collected ranks and, you know, I've been making my bank bigger on RuneScape, they want to ban me now, right? It's obvious what they're doing. It's obviously targeting me.
It's
I've
Trident's
honestly
girlfriend.
opened this CC for you guys. I've been asked a lot from my community. Hey, Odablock, open a legit CC. Hey, Odablock, open a trusted CC. Because we know the scammer Stella has been scamming for years, over 100 bill plus debt, and haven't paid back literally a dime. So it blows my mind that this is being blown out of proportion, and I'm being targeted by Trident and Stella to the point they're saying they're finding evidence of me account servicing 2 years ago, and then saying, oh, it's a routinely checkup, a routine checkup, and that's why we banded you. From 2 years ago, like the information is just not right, right? How can you say that you account serviced a couple of years ago, but you did a routine checkup, so you're banning me now? It makes no sense, right? Let me elaborate on the targeting of the bans, right? I feel like this is a confusing part, and people are wondering why it's targeting. So the reason why it's targeting is because now I'm competition to Stella CC, right? And there's, you know, we have evidence that Stella and Trident are...
Are you still dating a J-mod? Trident? Yeah.
And in cahoots with one another.
Okay.
And the reason why being so...
Okay. Interesting. Man, that shot a burp right into my fucking throat. I didn't expect that. This is like a serious, like a clap back on trying to pronounce his innocence. Okay, interesting. For those that don't know, deathmatching, since the Sand Casino is taken out of RuneScape, deathmatching is kind of what's taken its place. So if you remember the Sand Casino, the old Al-Kharid dueling arena for staking, that's gone, so now people do deathmatching. So they have like these entire clan chats set up for deathmatching each other for big chunks of GP. No, I don't really see how it'd be competition, right? That's I still don't fully understand that. Because I feel like if you're going to deathmatch, it's not really going to matter which CC you're a part. I don't know, actually. I don't deathmatch myself, so I don't really know. Thanks to the resub, Frizz, Juice, and LaFlui. Why was Dual Arena removed? Because it was actually like the most degenerate thing you could do in RuneScape. It was just full-blown gambling. So Dual Arena and RuneScape, what you would do, and there was also tons of scams, and actually the amount of like really galaxy brain scams that went on there is crazy. There was actually someone that set up a website, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like Dual Arena odds, and it was used by a lot of people. And what they would do is when you use that site to calculate your odds of winning a duel against somebody else when you were staking, it would log your IP. And then when you were logged in on RuneScape, it would take your, like, these IPs, like this big repository of IPs, and it try and match them to the player. So that way, when you tried to stake against the person who had access to that on that website, it would then take that IP, and I can't remember, it wasn't a DDoS, but it would do something so that way you wouldn't have PID. PID is huge in staking, or was huge in staking, where you get, like, first hit, right? So what they would do is they'd send some kind of packet where it would like freeze you for like a split second so that way you wouldn't get PID. I'm so foggy on these details now because it's been years. But it was so intricate. But Dueling Arena was removed because of staking. It was just really degenerate gambling. People would like actually fall into actual gambling addiction through RuneScape. So they eventually took it down. But yeah, it was crazy. Like the Galaxy Brain shit was crazy.
Check it out. My back. So much new butthead. So many all new
Roberto and Coleman in the Prime Filipino and the resub Jagex. That's a DDoS attack? Yeah, but they didn't DDoS. It was really just to force PID. I don't think they actually DDoSed. But they logged the IPs and did something with the IPs in order to force PID. Which was crazy.
And in cahoots with one another. And the reason why I'm being so serious because this is unfair. You know, I have people around me in my circle that are getting banned. Mother rucker, I have a friend. I don't want to name names here, but he even got banned on his hardcore for RWT. And a lot of other friends that are being targeted just because they're around me and they're being banned and such. And I do believe it's Stella telling Tried It. Okay. And he's just finding random stuff to dig upon and then banning the people close to me and also myself. My friend was also banned at the exact moment that they DM'd me about my band. And they've all been banned around the same time as me. That's very weird, extremely weird. And I think you guys could confirm. It's obviously targeted. It's obviously because I'm competition against Stella and her CC's dying. So she's just trying to get me out or trying to destroy the CC, and that's fine. But you're just not going to get away with it, right? I'm pretty sure they thought we were going to just brush this under the rug and be like, let's make a new account. No, because if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to stand for what I believe in, and I'm going to sit there and be like, yo, boys, they're screwing with us. You know, I find me and my community very close, very solid. I love my community loves me. I'm not just going to let this brush by. There has been times in the past where I've RWT'd, on multiple accounts, and I've gotten banned on every single one. And, you know, my brother would come in, yo, oh, you rucked up, don't even say anything, move on. You know, just tell the boys you RWT'd and you got banned. Some of you guys would laugh it off. Some of you guys would be like, damn, oh, come on now. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not going to accept this one because I've never serviced on my account. I've never did any sort of account servicing on my account on Omar. And it's just, it blows my mind that they're making stuff up in order to ban me from my plus 30 bill plus bank and try to destroy the competition because I opened the CC with death matching. Just not going to happen. And what blows my mind as well is remember that hardcore I made a series on, the Survivor account? I've admittedly openly to all the servicing I did to that account. All the people that went on her, Carlitos, Juan, Valeria. I know them, okay? I know them. And I've admitted to all the servicing on that account, and to this day, that account is still not banned. But now you find somehow account servicing from 2 years ago on Omar, and you're claiming that I've account serviced, and you're going to just give me a perm ban immediately and perm ban all my accounts that is connected to my IP. That's insane. Now let's talk about...
It feels like there has to be something more to it than that. I can't imagine like one mod has this kind of power, and especially not for a reason as simple as this guy's competition for my girlfriend's clan chat. Like there's got to be something more to it here. There's no fucking way. It's got to be something like on a personal level with the mods having a problem or something. I just find that hard to believe that they'd go this hard for one of the mods' girlfriends having a competing clan chat. That just doesn't compute. Thanks to Prime Rin and the resub Quiz, Chris and Sui and the tier 1 chiseled. He just got promoted to the head of anti-cheating. Yeah, but even still, I just feel like even at that level of seniority, I feel like you're not going to be able to just make decisions willy-nilly at a company like Jagex without someone going through and checking. Or maybe I'm fucking stupid. They also had Mod Jed, who was literally working with Rot. So maybe they just don't have any of that in place. I'm not really sure. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
About the puppeteer, Stella. Stella's a RuneScape streamer that built her, how do I say this, her following from being a staker in game. There has been several instances of Stella being exposed for scamming other players for thousands of dollars worth of GP, as well as dozens of instances of her rigging giveaways for her own benefit. To this day, she allegedly has over $50,000 worth of debt to other players, on top of the money she has allegedly scammed from others as well. To get in the position that she is today, Stella would advertise her no armor pictures, her NSFW pictures, and her Twitch chat with an on-screen overlay. She would use these pictures and videos to entice men into her Discord channels to pay.
What a hustle. No armor photos, huh? Hey, that's the grind out there, though. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot of terms here that if you don't know RuneScape, you don't really know what's going on. I guess I'll summarize those. RWT is real-world trading. So why he's saying that she owes $50,000 to people in the community is she owes about $50 billion to people that she has taken from the community is what he's claiming. About 1 billion RuneScape gold is 1,000 real-world monies if you were to convert it. 1 million real-world doubloons. So when it came to things like staking, people would make full-time jobs out of it. Not anymore. Is it not is it not $1 per mil anymore or anything? What is it? What's the going rate? I haven't bought or sold gold. I don't know what it is. Let's see. I'll look it up. Okay, so the price is it's even cheaper now. I thought it was 1 bill 1,000, basically 1-to-1. It's not. Okay, so then she owes closer to like 100 bill. There's the resub Bizarro and the resub Alex, Kaizen, and Metal. And Captain and Bubs, the Prime Push. So there are people that use RuneScape as like an actual full-time job to farm gold and sell it on these services, because these services buy and sell gold from players, or they do it themselves, like through bot farms or something. But that's what a lot of people do. So that's what RWT is, and they have to crack down on it very hard. What is CC? Clan chat. So in RuneScape, you can start clans, and it's a CC. So you invite people in, they get to communicate in the clan chat and organize things through that. So like deathmatching CC, people go in there for the same mutual interest of deathmatching other players. So they sign up to the, I guess, either Oda or Stella's CC, and they deathmatch through that, find each other. So it's like a guild. Basically just a guild. There's the Prime Zycross and the resub Watergeist and Stony. What do bikini photos mean in RuneScape terms? Well, they weren't even bikini photos. That was like full armor off based on that photo right there. That wasn't even bikini photos. This is like lighter stuff. She's in light armor on this one.
Her GP. This point would have no relevance. However, I believe this has played a big part in the corruption of a Jagex employee called Mod Trident. After amassing a decent following, Stella would be hit multiple times by the anti-cheat team for offenses of real-world trading, which means she sold in-game gold for real-life cash. She eventually got sick of these bans, so had to think of other ways to harbor GP instead. This birthed the creation of her Discord channel that organized death matches in RuneScape. She would charge people hundreds of dollars worth of GP to join this Discord and get a rank, which aimed to prove trustability among players. And this is where her puppet comes in. The puppet. Mod Trident. Mod Trident is a Jagex employee who's essentially Stella's doggy. He will ban players at Stella's command as and when she decides. Stella came out publicly and stated that herself and Trident are dating, so you could understand why there may be some corruption in Trident's decisions when it comes to banning. If you so even win a death match against Stella, let's say you go on a streak and you win a couple of bills off Stella, she will command Trident to ban that player afterwards as well. Seen it happen too many times. Trident also stated that...
That's something that he really should have provided proof for. That would have been super strong. I don't doubt the claim, because that absolutely sounds like a big conflict of interest to have the fucking head of your anti-cheating mod team also be dating someone who's actively engaged in a really shady niche of that game. But that would have been really strong if Oda had played like a clip or proof of like Mod Trident banning people that have deathmatched Stella. It's in the second video. Okay. Then he does address it in the later one. Like I said, I'm just catching up on it right now. So we'll see.
CC, and whoever is a deathmatching CC has to follow certain rules. There will be no such bots. For example, kick bots. Unfortunately, or should I say fortunately for Stella, the CC has been recorded to have such bots. Therefore, by the terms of service made by Mod Trident, it cannot exist. But obviously, this was swept under the rug. I knew this was going to happen, right? I knew that.
Okay.
Me making a CC, I would cause trouble with Mod Trident because he had the correlation with Stella. I didn't think I would be permanently banned on all my accounts for random assumptions and allegedly me doing this or that. I didn't know he would go that far and he's that much of Stella's doggy, but unfortunately I was wrong. I don't know if maybe Mod Trident and Stella are selling gold on the low. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why Trident is backing Stella so much when she's a known scammer and has been scamming for years. And everybody in the Twitch section knows how much of a scammer she is. There's been hundreds of videos made about her and her scams. There's been a lot of content creators that have been talking about this as well. Even some even made videos about it. I know ChemQ, Pure Spam, and a few other people that have been talking about this corruption. And it seems that it's just been all brushed under the rug. If anything, he got promoted to like senior anti-cheating robot. I don't even know what the hell you want to call it, but you know what I mean. Another rule that Mod Trident stated in the deathmatching CCs, if anybody sells gold, they're obviously going to be banned. Stella has been known for selling gold for years. That's the only reason why she plays RuneScape. She doesn't play RuneScape because she enjoys it, or she makes content on it, or she likes to fletch logs, or even do herb lore, okay? She literally plays this game solely for IRL money. It's so obvious. She deathmatches 24/7, buys and sells gold on the fly. And the reason why she's protected and she has that shield is because of Trident. Stella has banned over maybe tens, 50s, or even hundreds, or even thousands of people. I've gotten messaged by a
Okay. Damn, there's a lot. I keep up with like all of that content. I mean, you all know RuneScape is my most played game ever. Like I'm deep into RuneScape. I'm still one Slayer level away from maxing my account. First time I'll have ever maxed any of my accounts. And I have never heard her name come up. And I watch like ChemQ and all that kind of content, and I must have missed that video because I haven't seen Stella's name once. Thanks to the resub Tiberius and Hero and Cobra.
A lot of my viewers.
But you don't deathmatch. That's true. Maybe because I don't deathmatch, I kind of stayed out of that pocket, so I never even heard about it. That's very possible, yeah.
A lot of other communities' viewers, people all around PMing me, Oda, use this, Oda, use that, Oda, can you show this, Oda, can you talk to the J-Mod? I've gotten people PMing me all the time about this corruption, right? About Stella banned me after winning me a deathmatch, or Stella banned me and she told me that she would get me banned and I was banned the next day. People scammed, probably in her CC, but with one message to try to instantly banned. Boom. 10s, 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands of people getting banned just by Stella PMing Trident immediately.
You know what? Give me a second. Let me just grab all these names. Rag for GP. Interesting. People pay you? That's RWT. Let's go. Who else? This guy? Nice account, buddy. I hope you don't RWT. It'd be a shame.
Let me specify as well. I have my own deathmatching CC, as you guys know. That's why we're in this
That was
situation.
pretty douchey from,
but you guys gotta
from
realize,
that. Yikes.
these people that got banned, have they really broke a rule? Think about it real quick. Just think about it. RuneScape never regulates deathmatching. It's literally a PvP fight, sort of called. Yes, it's like gambling or staking, where you guys just sit there and hit each other and you guys agree upon the rules. But how are they getting banned when it's not regulated? So let's say I'm a scammer and I'm good lucking you 1 bill versus 1 bill, we're wearing DH. And I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Chris, I'm tabbing. And then you tab and you go to your house and you just scam that guy 1 bill. Obviously, you did him dirty. You guys agreed upon that amount and you teleported. You're a scammer, right? Theoretically speaking. But RuneScape doesn't regulate these rules. They don't even, let's be honest, they probably don't even want deathmatching. They never regulated it.
Well, they don't.
So how is Mod trying to...
Well, straight up, I remember after they removed the Sand Casino, I'm pretty sure in one of their Q&As, they literally mentioned that they don't like deathmatching, like 100%. We don't even need to speculate there, Oda. They legitimately don't like it, like at all.
And gonna go out of his way, because Stella shot him a PM and said, "Hey, this guy just scammed a 1-bill deathmatch," and then permanently banned that guy immediately. This doesn't make any sense. Scamming a deathmatch is not against RuneScape's term of service. It's just against the CC itself's rules, so you're supposed to be banned from the CC. How is Trident banning random people for scamming in a deathmatch when RuneScape is not even regulating it? This means that Mod Trident has created his own rule and enforced a ban upon a player run game of chance. Mod Trident would also ban any competitors to Stella CC. So let's say you're a deathmatching CC and a lot of people know you and you're trusted.
So, real quick, to be fair, even though it's not an explicit rule, RuneScape does have a rule against scamming in general. So you could, like, I really do think you could make a case, like, even if you are deathmatching, you could make a case like, this guy scammed me, he is a known scammer in this community, thus action should be taken. And I think they would be within their right to actually punish them for that. Even if it's not like an explicitly regulated portion of their game, it is still a blanket of scamming. Though clearly the way it's implemented here is more power tripping than actually looking out for the health of the community or whatever. But I feel like you could do that, and it would still fit well in line with their terms of service. CC... What? Oh, I didn't hear about that chip. Goddamn. Seems like a big onion. You don't think it's an abusive position? What? No, I just said this is clearly power tripping. I'm just saying on the whole, even though it's not regulated, you can still ban someone for scamming in something that RuneScape themselves doesn't like directly address as like deathmatching has these set of rules. If you break them, you're getting banned. It is still something where someone knowingly scammed another player. So you could still make an argument. But that's not what I'm saying. Or that's not what's happened here. That's not what Oda is saying. I'm just saying, like, if you are scamming, even though it's not like a Jagex approved activity you're scamming in, you could still face repercussion and they'd be within their right to do that. So, like, here's a good example. What was this scam called? The Telegrab scam? Fuck, I'm so foggy on this one. PvP world, you tell someone to telegrab, it busts them out of the safe zone, and they get PK'd and died. What was that? That had a name. No, it wasn't. It was a lure, but this one had a name because it was so well known. What the fuck was it with the telegrab? Used to do it at the Falador Bank. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But like that is scamming, and it is an activity that Jagex themselves isn't like enforcing rules of itself on. It is just point blank scamming. The people that it lured you there for the telegrab scam could face repercussion. So I feel like the same would extend to like deathmatch scammers. If they're a known scammer, like constantly scamming in that community, they could face repercussion, and it would make sense. No, that's what I'm saying. What's happening here is clearly an abuse of power, at least from everything I'm seeing so far from this video. Assuming it's all accurate, that would be an abuse of power and a big conflict of interest, having the head of the anti-cheat team dating a person who's already engaging in shady behavior. That is a problem. I'm just saying, like, the whole notion of Jagex shouldn't be enforcing, like, scamming protocol on things that they don't directly give a blessing to is a little not accurate to the way things work in the game. Thanks the bits Arrow and Herd and Tier 1 Ralph. The resub Scour. They give sub hell.
Trident would completely destroy their CC. There's been proof of it, and he only wants Stella's CC to be open. Thus why even banning me. When Trident sent those PMs out, Stella was actively real-world trading and not getting banned. She was running her new CC on her main account that she was real-world trading on. Trident kept banning the EDM CCs that were made. He banned all CCs, just leaving Stella CC open for people to join from there, for her to get a big advantage in the DMing scenery. The reason why that I'm getting perm banned and all these things that are happening and this whole operation is being blown out of proportion is because obviously I have such a big community and everybody trusts me. and they had to do something. They had to find something on me or make something up in order for me to get perm banned and try to tear down the CC as much as possible. See, in this video, it's showcasing of Stella RWT. Now, let me specify. I never gave a crap if anybody roller trades or has their own hustle or makes bread on the side or do whatever. But when you come at my neck and you permanently ban me for something I didn't do on all of my accounts, not even give me a warning, I wouldn't even take a warning because I didn't do anything, right? But when you come at my neck and you try to permanently ban me and ruin my CC and try to tear me down for no reason, then I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to retaliate and make you look like a fool. So this is her real world trading. You can literally see her Discord ID. That's why the guy was clicking on it. He pastes it, and it's obviously her, and he shows every information that you need in order to prove that it's her. I've been making RuneScape content on YouTube for 5 years. You know, the YouTube community probably doesn't even know this much, but RuneScape has always treated me like doggy. Let's just be honest here. I don't know if you guys know that, but whoever came to my stream, I've spoke about it there. They don't even follow me on Twitter, and they follow 50 viewers.
What the fuck am I looking at here? What are these messages? They've sent like 15,000 messages here without a single response. So is this a real world trader? It must be. Or, wait, what? Who, why am I not understanding? Oh, she deleted all of her messages. Oh. Ah. I forgot you can do that on Discord.
Streamers, and I'm literally one of their biggest or the biggest RuneScape streamer. Until this day, they don't follow me.
If I just waited a
That's
little bit
fine.
longer, I would have understood.
It's just I really feel like they're targeting me. And when you come at my neck and you guys are permanently banning me for something I didn't do, I'm going to have to retaliate and show all this evidence and information that is provided by the community to get it through you guys' heads that like, yo, this is not right. Now, after what you guys watching the video, you guys probably know that yes, she did end up getting banned. And like I said, boys, I don't care. Whoever RWTs or breaks rules has nothing to do with me. Make your money. I don't care. But that's not the point here. The point is that there's a lot of corruption going on. I'm going to get to the bottom of it because you guys came at my neck first. So let's say you join my CC and you don't join Stella's. And if Stella could somehow talk to you, PM you, or Discord DM you, she'll go ahead and PM you and threaten you with anti-cheat system. What that means is she's going to try to get you banned in some way, somehow, and, you know, try to screw you over. Through Trident, of course. I believe Trident is trying to weaponize what I said in recent events in order to mask his corruption. A lot of people thought this was Jagex taking actions about what I said. It's not. This is about the deathmatching CC. You know what he did? He achieved the goal of confusing everyone. I know I joke around a lot of things on stream. I joke around literally with everything, even with my own religion, which I do take very seriously. I'm a human, you know, I make mistakes. I just want everybody to live their life the way they just want to live it. I say some shit, but at the end of the day, I'm a loving guy. You know, boys, all I do is want to entertain. I crack jokes 24/7, even about me and, you know, say Wallet, say Walter White. You know, like we all joke around, even the way I say, you know, some Arabic or whatever. In Islam, we joke around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So forgive me if I offended you with any jokes that I've made, boys. You know me, I'm always cracking jokes. I like to be a fun guy, boys. I never like to be boring. I'm not with that normie tribe, if that makes sense. I like to crack jokes and have a good time, even if it's a little bit on edge. Now, boys, I don't even need to say you guys are gonna stand with me, because you guys already are. I know how you guys are. My community's strong, like steel. You understand? I hear a lot of content creators when they talk about me, they say, "Oh yeah, Odablock's community is toxic. Odablock is this, Odablock's that," but they always say one positive thing. You know what that is? They always say, "I wish my community had my back like his," because my community, when they know when somebody screws with us, it's over. That's it. I'm hoping that we all stand together with our barrels gloves attached and we stand above this corruption. This is terrible. I'm not sending hate towards Jagex, whatever you guys want to call it. I'm really just, I feel like there's some corruption between the ranks or with the ranking. And you guys could email them about the corruption. So don't be cringy, don't be weird. You know, just get straight to the point.
This was very interesting.
Corrupt by Trident's corruption, go ahead and send it there. And I'm going to do the same. So if you guys got it down, go ahead and do that. Don't be hateful, don't be cringy. Just get to the point, boys. We're about our business, you know? We don't want this corruption BS.
What an interesting situation. This is like the only case I can think of where someone on the development team with a position of power like this was actively dating someone who was in a position where they were engaging in already shady behavior and then exploiting it, potentially, assuming it's all accurate. That is wild. That is such an interesting conflict.